Good morning.
Can you do your civic duty?
Well, I'll be doing that a little later.
Oh.
I heard a story and I was just wanting to find out. The story is that Jamie Sturgis said that there can't be any signs.
We have not heard that.
What?
Well, I heard a story. I'm just trying to verify that Jamie Sturgis of Rosemont Copper stated that nobody could bring any campaign material down here even past the 75-foot mark.
Because you can beep it
Yeah,
beyond
because this is
75.
effectively county property up to 75 feet on election day. So
He didn't, we weren't told anything, so.
that's what we were told at the meeting, 75 feet.
And no one
It belongs
said-
to
Put a
the
sign
county.
up there.
Well, as long as you're outside the 75 foot.
That's all we care about.
All right, guys. Thanks.
You think it's probably better than to take the 75-foot limit sign? Because that's what I can't figure out is what it's doing sitting there.
Because we're waiting to find out what, we had,
When we find out, we'll take the sign down.
no, the sign won't come up.
Well, then what about the 75-foot limit sign?
Okay, well, Bruce, go move the 75.
Yeah, you'll have to move the 75-foot limit
Yeah,
sign
we'll
because
move
it doesn't
those.
mean, it has no meaning if it's there. And I saw y'all string it off and everything, so I know that you did it for a reason, but now I can't figure out what the reason is.
You're right.
Okay,
We'll move them down.
all right.
And where are you going to put them, ma'am, so we can put up our sign?
5 feet from the entrance to the private property.
5 feet,
75.
75 feet from the entrance to the property?
Yes. See, the private property goes all the way,
Yeah, but
a long way. Not just the turn, because they own, Rosemont
that's
owns
right,
all the
but
way up
this
the
is
road.
the entrance here.
The
to
entrance
this
here.
area.
You're sure? Okay,
Yeah, there's one at that end and one at this end. We'll put them at both.
okay.
So she's saying 75 feet from this gate?
No, we have to come out
No.
there at the end of the road.
Yeah, at the end of the road. She said she's going to go out that far. And
No, and we're going to leave our signs where they are, and then if she sets that sign too close to our sign and moves our sign, then we're going to go, wait a minute, you just changed the rules.
Well,
Yeah.
she said
You know?
75 feet from the gate, didn't
No,
she?
she said out here.
out here, out.
She means
yeah.
out here at the end.
So the polling place is actually on private property.
Right, it's on his property.
I can see that, but
Well, that is somewhat unique and interesting in
Yeah.
that I wasn't aware that the polling place was actually on his
Yes, it is.
property.
And he's got parking spaces on the property.
Okay.
And
to be
it,
able to poll, we've got to vote. We've got to go on the private property to vote. That's not,
Certainly,
our
and I
polling
don't.
place-
That's not in question, is it?
no.
I mean,
it's
you're
always
allowed-
been there. The polling
Yeah,
place has
No,
been
but
there.
what I'm saying is, he's allowing you to go vote,
He's
Right.
allowed us to vote.
but he doesn't want your signs on his property.
right.
Well, that is unique, and I guess.
We'd like
How
to
far
have
is
an
the polling
estimate.
place on his property?
The,
100 yards. I mean, it's going-
it's 100 yards in. You've got to drive off of Graterville Road, make a left-hand turn, and
Okay.
go in,
That's-
and then you get to another fence line, which is where they initially put the 75-foot sign, which is about 75 feet from where you go through that, and then you get to the polling. This is what you're gonna be going down here 2 miles.
2 miles to here, and there's a turnoff coming in here and turnoff coming in here, and matches. This road goes on in. Here's a fence. Here's the polling place. They had
Cattle guard right here.
Yeah, they had the signs initially.
And
Here.
so what you're saying is the 75-foot sign was right there.
It was right there.
Okay.
So we started to put signs up, and they said,
Okay.
no, you can't do that. We're going to have to move the signs. They started to move the signs all the way to here. And we said, well, we can't do that because if you move them here, there's signs that are already
That are along here.
Okay, and
behind
where's the
us.
is this where his property starts?
We're not sure. There's a sign on
I'll be
this
honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that determination.
on this
Yeah.
fence right here. There's a sign that says private property
Okay.
right there.
Which doesn't always
Yeah.
necessarily.
It doesn't mean
And
anything.
there's a gate here and a cattle crossing.
Okay. The other half who's opposing you in your signs,
All right.
and we're going to try to determine where they can be, and ultimately, when we make that determination, that's where you're going to be able to.
Good luck,
We'll
guys.
try to figure something out.
All right.
They have taken the 75-foot limit signs away from where they were when Rob and I drove in,
Right.
and placed them back. I think it's just past the cattle guard.
It's the last category. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Where they had
right
them
as you're going
originally
in.
probably, yeah.
Now, here's what they ask, and I think is a reasonable request, is that you don't take your vehicles down there right at that 75-foot limit,
Right.
due to the fact, and as we were there, the access trucks, big trucks and trailers,
Yeah,
in and out access. I think that could be a safety issue. Not having your vehicle there isn't going to hurt your cause. You're still going to be able to be there and hold your signs up.
Well, or
Maybe you
just-
can
or
have, maybe you
just
can have a
place
car
them there
drive
on the ground,
everybody
you know,
up and then
put
go
somebody
back.
Yeah.
That's all.
You know what I mean? You can
Yeah, we're
carpool,
not- we don't
carpool
do
up,
carpool.
and you don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
just so
Right.
that
You know where Wise
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you drive in, you take left. I think if you left your vehicles there,
Yeah, that's fine. It's not that far of a walk.
No, it's
Yeah.
what, 100 yards or so.
Yeah.
And all we're asking is that if we have more signs to put up, just to be able to place the signs right there at that 75-foot mark, that's fine. That's wonderful. That's great. We're happy.
They didn't have a problem with that, then that's good.
no, and they don't. They're not. They're just people trying to do the right thing,
Oh,
like
yeah,
you guys
that's
are.
what, yeah, we just wanted,
Yeah,
and they
that's
didn't know.
They're not like. They're not having any. They're just volunteering.
What questions do you have for me?
At this point,
You answered them.
none.
Okay.
We're happy.
Okay. Well, you're happy.
Appreciate
I'm
what you
happy.
did.
No problem. And
That is?
Yeah,
Oh.
that looks good. That's good. I'm happy.
Hopefully the wind won't blow.